Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel, and today we're going to take a look at some 1987 Washington quarters from the United States of America, and we'll magnify this a little bit. You can see this one here on the left is a P for Philadelphia, and the one here on the right is a D, even though it looks a little bit like an O, from the Denver Mint. Of course, there is one other mint mark in 1987, and that is the S for the mint proof set coins, and that's the S is from San Francisco. In 1987, they made a bunch of these. So in 1987, from the Philadelphia Mint, they made 582.5 million. 582.5 million, or half a billion of these. And at the Denver Mint, they made 596.8 million. Between the two of them, about 1.2 billion, with 3.2 million coming from the San Francisco Mint in the proof set coins. When we look at this coin, they all will all look the same on the front, except for the proof set, of course, will be much more shiny and have a different buffing on Washington. At the top, they say Liberty. Washington faces to the left. He has this kind of little ponytail. I believe it's a wig. Underneath his chin, it says, "In God We Trust," though sometimes it's pretty hard to read that. This is not a mint error we see here. It's just an error from wear. These kind of get a little worn as they go through machines. This is 1987 at the bottom, and if we could see it, there would be a J and an F down here at the bottom for John Flanagan. Let's see if we can see that in either one of these coins. And oh, there it is, right there, right above the 7. You see this little, I should get a little bit better. There's a J and an F there, but you can barely see it. So these coins are so worn you can't see the engraver's initials. Now, John Flanagan originally engraved these coins in 1932. These came out as a 90% silver coin in 1932. They have a reeded edge, and the reeds didn't change, but the silver changed. In 1965, they went to a copper nickel clad copper coin, and so there's a copper nickel cladding on the outside, just copper on the inside, and then when we get to the back, we see that it has the eagle on the back. A really good quality version of this coin, you'll be able to see the eagle's eyes, you can see the separation of the beak, you can see its chest feathers down its legs, and you can see a little X here, and that in a good quality coin will be a ribbon which is used to bind these arrows. This is actually the feather end of the arrow, the sharp end of the arrow, and the eagle is holding the arrow as a sense of war or power or strength. And then underneath here we have a olive wreath as a sign of peace. $quarter it says here, and there is no engraver's initials on the back of these. This coin weighs 5.67 grams, is 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and 1.75 millimeters in thickness. If you want to get an expensive version of this coin, you need to get it in incredibly good condition. But it also turns out that there aren't any around that are in incredible condition. And so how would you figure out what they were worth? Well, you could go to one of a couple different websites. One is NGC Coins, and the other is PCGS, and both of them are grading services. They'll actually take your coin, they'll grade your coin, and they'll determine what level your coin is on a scale of 0 or 1 to 70. 70 means it's perfect. It wouldn't have any scratches, any dings, any dents. It would be shined beautifully and would be no flaws at all. There are almost no 70s ever for any coin. However, there's often 68s. And 68 out of 70 is pretty good. But for the 1987 Denver and the 1987 Philadelphia, NGC or NGC Coins, or ngccoin.com, doesn't actually show any 68 out of 70s. The closest they show for Denver is a 67 out of 70, and the closest they show for Philadelphia is a 67 out of 70. The Denver 67 out of 70 last sold for about $135. The Philadelphia 67 out of 70 sold for over $400. Why is that? Well, it might just be that that a collector needed it a little bit more. It sold for $420. So if you were only going to get an MS67 version of this coin, obviously you would want the Philadelphia version, which is worth $400 versus the Denver version, which is worth $135, but you'd probably take either. If you get much lower than that, you're not really going to have enough value to get them to grade it. So say it costs $6 to $10 to grade coins, and you get to an MS65 of either of these coins and you're at $10 or less. So there are not that many coins graded. I think that NGC has a couple hundred that are graded. Only 20 have been graded at the 67 for the Philadelphia, and of those 20, only one is worth that huge amount, the $400+. All right, well, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.